Hi, it's Goodbye here. In this video, it's going to be part 3 of the fender repair video. And we left off with the fender already cut and it being prepped to be welded onto the fender. And we found an issue with the top of the patch panel not being the same width as the fender. So I was trying to use the whole patch panel a mistake? Or does it work out in the end? Well, let's find out. I got some clamps on it, some magnets, got it placed. What I'm going to do some stitches up here to get this where I want it. That is over, but it's already, if you look down here, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but even that isn't quite touching, so I'll have to push that in and deal with that. And this is, I'm gonna have to cut this one right here and then push that out and then fill that in. Yeah, do not try to do it like this. Bad decision on my part, because I got a feeling it's gonna pretty much suck. But we'll see. If it's too bad, we'll just have to get a new one. Alright, how'd that look? Adequate. Now I'm going to work on flattening, getting these as flat as possible before I put more tacks in it. That one didn't go well. That's nice and level. Keep working it like that until you got it nice and level. And watch the heat. Don't let it overheat. Hit it with a wire brush once in a while to clean it up. Alright, now I'm going to start filling it in. About here to here. Don't overheat it. Give it time to cool down, or hit it with some air to cool it down. thing to be sure of is that it's at a neutral level. So I got a block over here. I have it setting here, but I have it where it's hopefully no pressure distorting the shape. If it's cool to your touch, then it should be fine. Now, some people, it's like Bad Chad does like 4 spots in a row. You can try it, just watch the heat, watch the heat. It's not even hardly warm. So what I'm going to do this next one is I'm going to actually do 2, and the key is you do that first one, you let the glow die, let it die down, then you hit the second one. Okay. Something like that. It's warm, but it's not hot. But I am a little paranoid about warping it, so a little air on it. And you can, if you want, use the copper back heat sink trick. You can do more welds at a time with that, because that's a heat sink. It'll pull the heat away from the metal. And I'm not pushing down on the panel. I don't think I'm quite leaving 6 inches. Just watch the heat. Yeah. I'm way safe on the heat. Don't laugh at my welds. My grinder works fine. So this is being held by the brace over here, not the patch panel. What happens when it gets hot, when metal gets hot, it swells initially, but then when it cools, it contracts, and it actually contracts a little more than what it expanded. That's why you want really tight gaps here. because it's going to initially expand, but then it's going to shrink more than it expanded. That's why you can use heat. If you've stretched metal, you can use heat to shrink it. But that's a whole other video. And it wasn't recording. Alright, I'm doing 3 now. And when my helmet, basically, my helmet goes dark when I start, of course. And then when the bead goes from the bright red and dims, it lightens. So I know every time my helmet goes back to light, I can do the next one. And I'm doing 3. No heat issues. I don't think my ground is that great. Although a slag ball on the end doesn't help. Yeah, I'm gonna need to check my ground or clean the contact. Easy part's done. It will need to be grounded down, but now I want to go ahead and do the cut here. This looks like it's pulled together. And I got to figure out how I want to deal with this. If I can get that pulled up a little, maybe. Alright, I'm going to do this tack weld. Got a clamp on it, holding it tight. This one, by the way, is not real tight. It's just enough to keep it, make sure the panel is up against the brace. Let's see if I can actually do this on camera without messing it up. Well, that would be a no, I can't. That was absolutely horrible. Oh, that's just terrible. Circle and then move to the middle. Helps if you can see. So that was truly sad. Alright, that's just really bad. Huh. I don't think the ground's doing much. Gotta have a good ground. Alright. Ah, that's just no ground. Ground is just not working. A little better. I moved the ground between them so it's actually grounding the brace, hopefully, and the panel. I think the brace didn't have a ground, so it wasn't actually arcing when it was in the hole, which is of course quite important. Alright, well, phew. Grinder makes the welder. Well, it does in this case at least. Wow. Okay. Hopefully the ground's good. I'm saving these until I figure that out. It's not crackling. It's not actually welding. It's the ground on this back brace that I'm welding to is... There's where the issue is. Alright, that was a little better. When this happens, you gotta stop and you gotta figure it out. Don't keep fighting it like I'm doing. It's not gonna help you. Alright, I was thinking that that would be enough. No. Made a spot in here, and I will just, when I'm done welding, I will fix that so that it is no longer, so that it won't rust. So I'll put paint or primer or whatever on there when I'm done. Alright, this should work better. This better work better. A little better. I mean, I got weld through primer there, so that may be affecting it a little bit, but you probably can't see that too well. It's better. All right. New ground. Hopefully it will work better. Well, it did work better. How's that one? It did work better. Wasn't great. But I got a grinder. Okay. That's how you do them. Wasn't the best, and not at all the best. The idea is to circle and then move into the middle. That's how I do it. Obviously it didn't do well there on the bottom, so we're gonna hit that again. A little better. Still got a little hole. Alright, that should do it. And then go to the next. Alright. Well, there it is. It's filled. That should be a good weld. Wasn't pretty. Now you gotta grind it in any place that isn't filled. Go ahead and fill it in. All right, after grinding the welds down, you can see where the holes are. Some were pretty good. Most of them had a hole. So now I'm gonna weld those little holes up, then regrind them. All right. Pretty good. Gotta get a good ground. You've got to get a good ground that is gonna ground both sides, both pieces of metal, or you're just gonna have trouble. But we got it. Now we got the mess. Somehow this pulled tighter, so I'm gonna have to take, I don't know if I'll use a body saw or just use the cutting wheel. Make room there, and then I got to cut here. I may grind this first, actually. All right, so I cut it, cutting wheel, and I cut it at an angle. That I'll be able to weld, no problem. And this, I'll be able to weld, no problem. Now I will have this that I'm gonna have to fill in. A few ways to do it, but I'm actually thinking I've got this piece that was cut out from here. I could possibly put it right in here and then weld it in. I will probably use that copper piece behind it as well. But first I'm going to tack in this and get this tacked in right. Then we'll deal with filling that in. Alright, I already tacked those two. Now I want to line this up. Might hold. All right. Okay. So we got it held in place. Okay. So this is what I'm having to do. It sucks. I'll be honest. I may end up just replacing it anyway because there's a lot of work. So if I was doing this again, I would have just bought a new one. I wouldn't have messed with it, honestly. You don't have to deal with the rust. Don't have to deal. Just don't forget, I still got this. It looks pretty good right now, but I'm gonna have to take a straight edge and really work it. And I am still planning on filling those in. But here's the hard part. The hard part's still left right here. And then don't forget, I've got that corner. So I'm disappointed with the patch panel up here. If you got a little spot and you're just gonna do the spot, great, just do the spot. This, you're trying to do like I did and use the whole patch panel, that's a big mistake. Okay, I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna fit it, cut it. All right, this is gonna be a bit of a challenge. Sorry, wow, I should have got some different gloves. The plan is, and I hope you can see it, take that, tap, just tack it, then I'll end up cutting it because it gets a little wider. Anyway, we'll see if it works. Don't burn yourself. So I want to get it a little wider. Right there. Tack it there. I'll end up cutting it there. That should work. All these gloves. Okay, I want to cut it right there. Can't let it get too short or it's going to weld itself to the contact. Now I've got to be really careful with the heat on this. Now one thing I didn't do a good job of here, so I really needed to clean that, not just the edge of that sliver, because I'm not getting a good ground on the top of it because it's dirty. Alright, now we should be able to weld this up. Don't get in a hurry. Don't get in a hurry. Don't get in a hurry. Well, I didn't bore you with the welding. There it is. Gotta grind it down a little more. And there may be some holes that need to be filled, but that's okay. And we got it coming across here. And got those two spot welds. Yeah, there a couple touch-ups, and right here. So this isn't too bad. fill that in a little bit with some weld. Again, got to grind this down more, but it does fit now. Not bad for a DIYer. See, that's where it's supposed to be, right there. There is some penetration. Probably could use a little more. It's pretty good. Might need a little bit of work here. A little hammer dolly, but it's not bad. Well, there you go. Disaster averted. I just wasn't expecting that. And turns out not to have been that big of a deal. Actually a fairly easy fix, and the fender ended up being pretty good. So I'm pretty happy with it. Although I will tell you, I did buy a new one. Yeah, so I did end up buying a new one, and honestly I could have used that fender, but I want this to be high end and no rust, and I was a little uncomfortable with that rust converter. It just didn't really seem up to snuff to me, but you know, time will tell if I still have the fender in that time. Anyway, my whole goal for this series, as in the Restomod DIY series, was so that car guy can go and watch these videos and know what to expect and kind of get an idea of whether they can do it or not, and maybe help them to do it. And I think that's a great goal, but I'm not sure that this video, at least this fender repair series piece, is really what people are going to want. I don't know. Let me know in the comments, because I will tell you, it's a real pain to edit. It actually takes me longer to edit than to do the work. And I don't know. It's not my normal style. Let me know in the comments if you're still watching. Anyway, I hope that was helpful to somebody. If so, please like, subscribe, comment, or leave a tip on my Ko-fi page. And good luck with your project.